I'm singing Rosé's song, The Devil's in the Details.
Oh, no.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching Riverdale, Season 6, Episode 3.
Mr. Cypher.
Mr. Cypher. A full, 37 minutes into the episode before I clued in on that one. I was like, what a weird alias. I was like, I suppose he does Cypher souls into hell. No clue.
Lucifer.
Blue Cypher.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how the Riverdale bigger franchise, whatever, works. Why was this not Tom or
I don't
Luke
know.
Cook?
I don't
Why
know.
was this? Why is Sabrina? Why is Kieran and Shipka Sabrina? But no one else in this verse is who they're supposed to be.
I don't.
This, because it should have been Luke Cook.
It 100% should have been Luke Cook.
Or this shouldn't have been the devil. This should have just been a demon.
Yeah.
Which is what I thought, because Cypher sounds ominous. So
Sure.
I was like, okay, he's not the devil. That aside, I thought this episode was hilarious.
So funny.
Did you really? Okay.
So funny.
I was prepared for
No, I was just like, ha ha, ha ha, the whole time.
It was so funny. I wouldn't have thought that the problem to Veronica and Reggie was focusing on them. That
Yeah.
or
That's not what they needed.
Yeah, to solve the problem, like Reggie and Veronica, we just needed to do an episode on them.
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. Is I think Veronica's on a different show.
Yeah. We've mentioned many times that we don't really have beef with Camila Mendez.
No, I think she's great.
Fine, but I think Camila Mendez thinks she might be on a different show than she's on.
Well, she's on a crime noir.
Yeah.
And this hasn't been that since season 2.
Even the Betty FBI serial killer trash bag nonsense is not on a crime noir.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's where I'm like, no, Veronica, that's not what's happening here.
I just and this is another issue that I'm just being in the moment and just enjoying it in the moment, but there's a part of me that has gripping anxiety because I don't know what any of this means, matters.
I don't think these episodes mean anything.
Well, but then because I'm enjoying it. So
yeah. We are like, if these episodes matter, then we are done with Archie.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? And that does not make sense to me.
No, but it's like they're having their cake and eating it too, because it's like you said, it's like they're picking up with plots and carrying on with plots. And I feel like when we inevitably come back to episode 6, I don't know.
5, actually.
No, episode 6.
Oh, to the real season. Okay.
I don't know. We're not there. But it does, like I said, it does give me anxiety because I was kind of excited about the casino. I kind of was like, sweet, we're going to have a casino because whatever gets us out of the basement of Pops, that never made a lick of sense.
I actually didn't.
You liked the speakeasy?
Well, I liked that there was a speakeasy. That part was fun. The fact that there was a basement under a trailer didn't make a ton of sense to me. But I liked that the speakeasy was
Maybe
there.
it was part of the deal.
Okay, and
Pop's
also
grandfather made with the devil.
Yeah. If we're being honest, the decorations of the speakeasy were way better than the casino. That casino was tacky as fuck, and it was fully lit. What kind of casino is fully lit?
I thought it was pretty. I liked it.
Ugh.
But so we're also back to season 1 Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure about that. I love that she's taken over the local news station, that she just has seemingly a 24/7 Nancy Grace feed.
Alice Cooper is the Nancy Grace of Riverdale.
Yeah, well, yeah.
24-hour news cycle, Alice Cooper.
But wearing the most amazing blouse, floral blouse.
When she was on the news.
No, it was when she was talking to Veronica, when Veronica invited her to come see the casino.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, whatever she was wearing at the casino was hideous.
Yeah. So Reggie made a deal with the devil for Veronica's soul.
Because he didn't want Reggie's soul. He was like, pass.
Part of me is like, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
Another part I was like,
no, it checks.
And I love that Riverdale's takeaway from the great work of art, the great work of literature, Faust, is that it's the signature that matters.
Sure.
That you can give the devil someone else's soul as long as you trick them into signing a piece of paper with the devil's pen. And I was like, you can't give someone else's soul away.
Apparently you can. Because Reggie really should have been more careful when he was signing for a liquor delivery.
It was very, very, very stupid. The whole plot was very, but I think it was so stupid that it circled back around.
For sure.
But Reggie leaves that part out. So Veronica is trying to save her good for nothing boyfriend. She believes, because if anyone can trick the devil, it's Veronica.
Yeah. She believes she is saving Reggie's soul.
So she offers him Carter Basin.
Whoops.
Nick St. Clair.
I'll allow it. I said the exact same thing to Rachel last night. She was like, oh, who is it? She was like, isn't it Hiram? And I was like, no, it's not Hiram. She was like, what a perfect chance to get rid of fucking Hiram. And I was like, no, I know. And then I was like, it's like Carter Basin or whatever his name is on this. And then she said Mr. St. Clair. And so that's when
I thought that scene of her like seducing him and him just like reading a laundry list of his crimes.
Oh my God.
It was like 3 hit and runs.
Well, he was like, I drive home drunk at least 3 nights a week. And I was like, yeah, that's in your planner? Drive home drunk on Wednesday.
I don't know. It was very stupid. And so the devil takes him.
Yeah.
But I guess he's tricksy that way. So
he just takes him and he's like, well, I never
thanks for the soul.
Yeah, but I never had Reggie's soul. It's yours I'm after.
Well, and so then we go through the charade of a musical number of Veronica singing Marry the Night, which at the time I was like, brilliant. Brilliant. Because there's a similar Simpsons bit in one of the earlier Treehouses of Horror. It's regarded as like one of the best ones they've done, where Homer sold his soul for a donut.
Oh, sure.
And the like catch at the end is that he can't sell his soul because Marge legally owns it because they're married.
Yeah.
And so when Veronica was marrying the night, I was like, I'll allow it. But that ends up having nothing to do with it, because I thought Veronica was going to be like, I'm married to the casino. Like, I really thought that's where we were going.
Married to the casino.
That's what I thought we were doing. And so I was like really into that for how stupid that was going to be.
Sure.
But no, it just ended up that she just tricked Reggie back, I guess.
Yeah, she just wanted to go out with a musical number. To thunderous applause, apparently.
The captions.
No. She says those words.
Does she say?
She says, I did a number to thunderous applause, I'll have you know.
And this not yet open casino. It's still in previews.
It's like a soft open, yeah.
And so now she has a deal with the devil that once a week she has to send him a soul.
Yeah.
If it feels convoluted.
Yeah.
So we had Pop Tate and Tabitha. I love Pop Tate.
Yeah.
And
we don't deserve Pop Tate.
And by extension, Tabitha, I will get Jughead Jones away from her. I really hate Jughead.
You really do. I don't hate Jughead, but like I don't like he's not really good for anyone, is he?
It's just like I don't know. It's whatever. They're great. I hope that they live happily ever after. So I guess Pop Tate's father sold his soul. Man, this town of Rivervale. People can't sign it away fast enough.
People can't hold on to their souls.
Well, if Kevin is any indication, because the contract just says sell your soul, and he's like, where do I sign?
Well, because he again, it feels like it's this spanned over weeks because Kevin it was like a montage of Kevin doing numbers at the casino.
Well, it's just Tom Jones. Kevin's just Tom Jones.
Singing Tom Jones. And then he was like, it was like a little taste or whatever. And he was like, this is what it's going to be like. And Fangs is named Finn and he's his boyfriend and manager.
Why is his name different?
I think it was like a pocket universe or something that he was like showing
within
him,
a pocket universe.
And there's a hole inside of that donut.
It makes no damn sense. compels me, though.
No, but I think so that was like, this is what your life could be like. And he was like, sign me up.
I loved Fang's Finn just fagging out over Veronica singing Lady Gaga. Did you see?
I didn't. I wish I had. I did not notice that. I wish I had.
It was very funny. So Pop's dad sold his soul for the diner, where he sold Pop's soul for the diner.
Somehow it got wrapped into selling Pop's soul to the diner.
But it was like conditional or generational or something like that.
But then it's also like the devil needs Pops because Pops is the soul of Riverdale.
Well,
I guess.
Rivervale.
Rivervale. So that's what it like sort of turned into. So they came for Pop and Tabitha was like, no, absolutely not. And he was like, well, I'll take Pops then. And so then they were going to, or they did it. They signed everything. But then the hottest,
the most conspicuously attractive man you've ever seen was sitting.
He was so fine. It was ridiculous.
This just dulcet tone. He was he was an angle.
Hello, Tabitha. It was like very good. And so he was the angel Raphael, and he gave her,
but also her guardian angel.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I don't know that the
Sabrina gave a fuck about some of the technical hierarchies.
Like, I'm not sure that the like upper seraphim care about like have guardian angel wards, you know. And so please don't come at me. I don't know what Raphael's title is as an angel.
He's an archangel.
Okay. So yeah, I don't believe the archangels are taking on humans as wards. Regardless, he gave her a vial of the Virgin Mary's tears from the crucifixion, which is bonkers.
Love it.
No,
I love that kind of bullshit. That kind of
super love it. If we had more MacGuffins like that in the show, I'd be all on board. And so they dosed the devil with the Virgin Mary's tears, and then she was like lining the doorway of Pops. She was like rubbing it on the doorway of Pops, and so now Pops is consecrated ground. I'm obsessed. I had such a good time with this episode last night. It was really a lot of fun.
So Betty.
Yeah.
I didn't understand a lick of Betty's story.
I really didn't either.
So Glenn calls Betty.
Yeah.
And tells her that they have the TBK.
They captured the trash bag killer, and they're shipping him to Rivervale so that Betty can speak with him.
Because he'll only confess to her. That I semi-buy.
Sure.
The fact that they would do it alone with like no supervision, I don't understand.
Especially because Betty, I feel like, is barely hanging on to her badge. She barely earned it to begin with. Let's be real.
And so it's the devil?
Yeah, so apparently the devil...
And he's trying to convince her she's bad, that she's evil. So this is Dark Betty again.
I guess.
Dark Betty. Woo.
I don't know. Betty. Also, I will have you know that I was incensed because Lachlan Monroe was credited in this episode, and it was just his voice.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like...
Hal, her dad.
Yeah. And I am pissed that she stabbed Glenn to death.
Well, hold on. So he's trying to... But did she... I don't know. That's what I mean, where I'm like, so when we come back to episode 6 in Riverdale, is Glenn gonna be dead?
Well, Glenn is inconsequential, so...
But I mean, like, are the things that they're doing in this special event gonna carry over? Because the plots from before did. Or is this just the writer's way of tying up the loose ends and starting over?
Well, I don't know. They can't carry everything over because then Archie is dead.
No, the Archie, they'll find a way. I'm not worried about.
I'm not even like worried about it, but it's like that's the kind of stuff that annoys me, where it's like the only thing that was different in the first episode of this run of 5 episodes was that Dr. Curdle was a pediatrician, and everything else was the same. And I'm just sort of like, that's not a big enough. So you're telling me that if Dr. Curdle were a pediatrician instead of a like morgue worker, This is what it would This is what it would be like.
The world.
I don't believe
we're only 2 universes over in the multiverse as opposed to like 40.
It's like the world without shrimp or whatever. And I'm like, I mean, I guess.
So anyways, the devil's trying to trick Betty into admitting she's evil, I guess. I think that was it. And he first tries to appeal to her with her dead serial killer father, and that didn't work.
Yeah, no doy.
And then tries with Polly. I just spit everywhere. But furthermore, why would Polly be in hell?
Well, exactly. And that's what Betty says. She's like, I don't believe you. But then it rattles her so badly. And I'm just like, also, how is the trash bag killer magic? Like, how can he be like presenting these voices?
It was very, very strange. Yeah. And so then she stabs him to death. And then it turns out it's Glenn. So did Glenn call her and tell her that?
No, because then the devil said, he was like, I called you with Glenn's voice.
And then the devil sent Glenn there in the mask?
I guess.
And just like shoved his hand up his ass and like...
I mean, by that point, I was also not understanding a lick of it. Like at the beginning, I was like, oh, okay, like a meditation on like being evil and serial killers and stuff. But then it was like, and also like, Betty's a victim of the man, the trash bag killer. So I was like, okay, cool. And then by the end of it, and they were after all the voices, and I was like, what? And then by the time that she took off the mask and she was like, let me guess, it's me. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And then it was Glenn, and I was like, what?
But then even that, I was sort of prepared for that to have just been a weird, creepy vision. But then we have like a stinger at the end where somebody like calls and they're like, Betty, have you talked to Glenn? And they're like, his wife can't find him.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was Betty's boyfriend.
He was.
Did Betty know this? I mean, did we?
Is that one of the other things that's different in Rivervale? Is Glenn married in Rivervale? They were 100% boning.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't remember. I mean, no judgment. I guess a teeny bit of judgment, but not real judgment. But I'm
real
like,
life.
People can live their lives. You got reasons for doing what you're doing, whatever. You can't wreck happy home. There's lots you can say. But my point is, I was like, I don't remember anyone talking about Betty boning a married man.
No, same.
And it feels like we would have heard about it if it was happening.
I agree.
So regardless, she's now just sort of buried him under the floorboards and quasi snapped.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Super weird ending. I'm not sure. And it doesn't appear we're going to get any answers next week because next week is a trip through Cheryl's past lives.
How dare you?
I don't like this version of Cheryl. She pisses me off.
Well, there's no Archie for her to rage against, so she's making out with Lily Reinhart in one of them.
That's fine. That stuff I have no problem with. I don't like her being so deliberately obtuse the whole time. It's so annoying to me. And she was doing that when Archie was still here. So, but it does look like we are getting Kiernan Shipka as Sabrina next week. I still maintain because it's going to be these 3 vignettes. So she's going to be at the beginning and at the end, and that's it.
It'll be more than that because you don't sell. They sold this whole thing on her. And if I know one thing, it's that showrunners do not lie ever. They never overpromise or miss. So, I guess Jughead had a really stupid story
about interviewing the devil, but then he'll never be able to write again. And it was like wingdings whenever he tried to type on his typewriter. Typewriters don't even have wingdings, just so we know. That was extremely funny. And so then he sold his soul because he's nothing if he's not a writer. And so he sold his soul so he could keep writing.
I am so embarrassed. Like, I want to turn inside out. It was
pretty funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all in all, I would say Tabitha came out the strongest, MVP.
Yeah, for sure.
Followed by Veronica.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Veronica was going to sell Alice's soul at one point.
Yeah, but she decided she couldn't do it.
Yeah, but all it did was further piss off Alice.
Yeah, further infuriate her against the casino.
I don't know. We've already gone so long, but truly a stupid episode of Riverdale in all the best ways.
An unhinged, stupid episode, but like super fun.
I would watch 3 more if they were like this.
Yeah.
Like. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. So if we know one thing, it's that we'll be back here next week.
We sure will.
So.
Bye.